Hey guys, I'm Amber and my co-host here is Kelly. Welcome to the Brown Girls Guide podcast where we discuss everything we wish we knew growing up.
Hey guys, yes, welcome to our 11th episode. And can you believe it? We've come so far since we've launched and we are so appreciative of the support that we've received so far. The topics have been a mix of serious and lighthearted, and today's one is a rather interesting one. And we think that everyone has their own specific way that they can relate to this.
Yes, it's definitely a very interesting one. But before we get there, I'll let you know what we're drinking today since we are at my place. We are having a bottle of red wine. I can't tell you which brand because I don't know. And I can't tell you what kind of red wine because I don't know. It's just an odd bins kind of vibe, but it's giving me like a cab sav vibe.
I don't know what it's giving me, but it's very delicious and so I'm very happy with this odd bins vibe.
We are very close to being done with this bottle, which shows you how much we enjoy it. And thank you, Amy. This is
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
So anyway, on to our topic for today. It's natural hair, or rather our specific experiences with our natural hair. So Kelly, do you want to kick us? Did you hear? I just slurred now. Okay, guys, this wine is delicious. I highly recommend finding this unnamed bottle of wine and enjoying it. Okay, like I said, it's about natural hair and our experiences with it. So Kelly, do you want to kick us off and talk about when you started wearing your hair naturally? Like, you used to straighten your hair, right?
I did. I love this topic so much, and I also hate it at the same time because for some reason I'm super triggered on some level, but I really don't know why I feel so annoyed right now. I used to straighten my hair all the time, especially during my tech days. So that was maybe like when I was 18 up until like my early to mid 20s.
Yeah.
I had a friend who has this lovely, naturally like straight hair, and we used to go out together all the time.
Pleasure.
And I felt the most pressure then to keep my hair straight. Because we always went out clubbing and we went to bars, and like every time like she'd ask me like, are you going to straighten your hair? And then I'd straighten my hair, but also because everyone else out there had their hair straight.
Yeah.
So I always felt at my prettiest when my hair was straight.
No, and I agree with you. And to a certain extent, not to a certain extent, I'm fucking lying, guys. I still feel that my hair looks better straight. And I just grew up learning that straightening your hair was just something you had to do. It was just a normal thing to do. When you wash your hair, you roll it in. If you have colored parents like I do, you roll your hair in and then you straighten it. Or as you grow older, you learn to like blow dry your own hair and then straighten it and then swirl it. I mean, if you want to go that far, I swirled my hair every night for a very long time. But if I wore my hair curly, I would be asked by like family or friends, like, when are you going to fix your hair? Or just like make it look neat. So I grew up with most of my friends having curly hair just like mine, and I remember a large part of our weekends before what did we do in high school? Just walk to the bottle store and beg someone else to buy. But like a large part
Do you know you
weekend,
said beg and not back?
when did I say
You
that?
said walk to the bottle store and beg.
And beg, guys. Jeez. Okay, we are never having this wine again. So a large part of our weekends used to be us doing each other's hair, making sure it's straight enough that it looks good. Like if you're going to a house party or like a braai or something, or God forbid, grand waist, like your hair had to be like super straight. And I was so obsessed with having straight, quote unquote, nice hair that when the GHD arrived in South Africa, I did not wash my hair for 2 weeks straight, like out of protest that my mother would just buy me one. But in my defense, that was 2008, and I still have that GHD to this day. It still works, even though I don't use it anymore. But that's brat behavior. I know it is. But Kelly, did you ever have your hair relaxed though?
Before I answer your question, I have to just say I have so many questions around why you were going to the bottle store when you were in high school. But that's a conversation for another day.
Did you not go to the bottle store in your high school?
I was not that
cool.
cool.
Technically, I didn't go inside. I'm sorry. I know Amy's parents listen to the podcast. They really do.
Hi, Amy's parents.
But anyway, so we would meet up at like a friend's house and we'd walk to the nearest bottle store. And we would like hang around and like wait for like guys that look like about 18, 19, 20 and be like, please, will you buy us like, what did we drink in high school? Like Captain Morgan or like Southern Comfort, like something stupid, or like a 5 liter like of Namakwa Rosé. Seriously.
I think one day we can discuss our high school
We should.
our high school experiences, because mine was very different from yours.
Every week,
so
that's what we did.
We're going to put a pin in that conversation and I'm going to answer your question about if I ever relaxed my hair. I did once, and I think never again, because the smell was just way too much. It's a lot, so I couldn't handle it. But my mom did buy us a GHD and we became so obsessed with it The only message we got at the time, like through friends and family and the media, was that straight hair was nicer and better and prettier. Even recently, the clicks, the Tresemme, the fiasco, like showed us that the notion is still believed on some level.
Yeah.
There was no one like, saying at that time that natural hair is amazing and no one advocating for it. And that like, certainly like, showed in my high school hair, which looked dreadful because I had no idea how to care for it.
Oh my god, high school hair. Like my hair was so damaged for so many years because I was. I'm gonna beg you now to not edit that out. That's knocking across the edge of my table. But I went through this phase in high school where I had a fringe, and every morning I would wash only my fringe. And then just like straighten it into oblivion, like before I left the house. And it wasn't just me, like I had a group of friends and we were like little small groups of friends. But I swear to you, if anyone from Settlers is listening, like when you walked into school, you'd have your navy scarf like tied around just your fringe, like flatten it down. So that by the time school starts, like your fringe is nice and fresh and it looks straight. And we had to set it in case it mints, like before school. And yeah, we were really made to believe that, your natural hair is ugly or untidy and that you had to change it all the time. So I get why I used to do that. I felt like I needed to do that to look normal or pretty or whatever. But I'm really happy to see now how the natural hair movement has taken off and that younger girls are being encouraged to embrace themselves. Like my cousin, she's in high school. She's very cool and she hates me and I get it.
You said that before on this podcast.
We're not cool enough. She'll never listen to this.
Yeah.
So she fully hates me and it's fine. I get it. She's just super cool. And she's embraced the natural hair for years now. Whereas in high school, I would never be called dead without my hair straightened, like as straight as a pin. Like, I just wouldn't happen.
So, I want to say that you still used to scarf and I went full on swallows.
On your way to school.
So, okay, we have to establish that when you were in high school, I was at tech.
Okay.
So, yes, I used to wear swallows and I put like a beanie over it. And I'd ride the bus and I like a beanie and then like a hoodie still over that. And I'd ride the bus all the way to Bellville. I lived in Stamford at the time. So I'd ride the bus all the way to Bellville. And then as I'm walking, like from where I get off the bus to the lecture room, I would just take it off. And it would just like, So
you'd have Gladys.
Yeah, so it would sit all along the bus route from Stamford to Bellville. But anyway.
I wish I did it because I took the bus for a long time to varsity as well and the train. And just to think how much straighter my head could have been.
Yeah, but then you have the line in your head. Anyway, yes, we were definitely made to believe that natural and curly hair is ugly and that straight hair is better. My hair was so damaged by the constant heat and straightening that my curls turned into waves for so long.
And it's not the liquor waves.
It's not.
It's not the liquor waves.
It's really not the liquor. It just looks droog. And it's only these last few years that my hair started bouncing back to its natural curly form. I maybe straighten my hair once a year now. And even then, it's only for an occasion. But I also try to remind myself that my curly hair can also be for an occasion. Because if I'm honest, I really like my curls and it's really nice.
You've got really nice curls.
Oh, thank you. I set that up really nicely to compliment me. And it's only in recent years that I've started really taking care of it because there are so many more people who are advocating for natural hair and there are so many products now available for natural hair.
Same here. And I actually must admit that I'm super, super late to the natural hair party. It was only last year during lockdown that I decided to challenge myself and not straighten my hair as often. So like throughout 2020, I probably straightened my hair about 5 times max. And then this year, I took the leap in Jan and I had a big chop done, which I'm going off topic here, but remember, I was so scared to show anyone my hair.
Yes, I do.
I think this past weekend I uploaded the first time, like how my actual hair looks. And it doesn't look bad.
It looks really nice.
I was just so used to my hair being straight all the time. And when you just suddenly have a boskasi, you're like, what is going on? Like, I just didn't feel like myself, but now I'm slowly but surely like, I'm getting there. And yeah, just choosing to wear your hair naturally while you're being told like it's not supposed to be that way, I think it is a pretty big deal once you get there. And I was quite intimidated also by how beautiful some girls are. Like if you go on Instagram and you search natural hair, there are girls with insane freaking curls. And obviously when you just start transitioning or do the big chop, your hair is not going to look like that. That takes years of caring for your hair. And some of those girls haven't straightened their hair their whole lives. It's just always been curly. So it's super healthy. That's
That's Amber
I'm in
knocking
front
the
of
grass.
Kelly earlier, but that's me not knocking my glass. But can we also talk about how hectic some hair influencers make taking care of your hair seem? There are so many routines and products and styles to do, and it's so overwhelming.
That is so true. It is very intimidating, and some influencers have insane hair care routines, and that's amazing for them. I think that if that's what they want to do, then that's awesome. I've been very inspired by them, even though I'm a bit more laid back in my approach. I love how
Yeah.
little I care about other people's opinion on my hair now.
Yeah.
It really might be that I'm well into my 30s now. So I care a lot less about people's opinion on me in general. But there's a freedom in owning my natural hair and just going with it. And I would like to thank all those natural hair advocates
Yes.
because it's really only because of them and that they have been speaking out that I feel really comfy with my hair now.
I totally agree. It's really thanks to them that we just feel so confident about it now. And just on the hair routine thing, I'm also quite sure about my routine. I feel like I'm pretty new to this, so I don't want to complicate anything I'm doing while I'm figuring out what works for my hair. So not that anybody asked, but right now I'm using a hydrating shampoo and conditioner. And then once a week I'll do like a 5-minute mask in the shower and maybe once or twice a month a deep condition. But like day to day when I'm styling my hair, like for example today, I'm just wearing like some gel just to like make it a bit, picky-nakey. So
Can I interrupt you quickly and
Yeah.
say, like, don't you love when people are like, so many of you have asked what
Yeah.
my routine is, so I'm using
and
deep
for
conditioner.
everyone asking, I just want to share.
Anyway,
Anyway.
as you were saying.
But yeah, I saw like some YouTubers, for example, spend like up to 3 hours washing their hair. And again, I'm gonna go off on a tangent because I heard about hair porosity, and that's where my mind was blown. Because now apparently there's a low porosity, there's high porosity, there's medium porosity, and it involves you putting a strand of your hair in a glass of water. And I thought, oh my god, how many things are you to memorize?
I was very intense.
Get like scratching your forehead.
I was very intense.
There's so many things that get thrown at you via YouTube when you're busy researching it, so you think that you have to do it. So I've just never had the patience, and I don't think I could do it, especially because my hair's so thin. I don't think it warrants, me spending 3 hours on my hair. But like you said, everyone has a different preference and what they like to do with their hair, and if it works for you, like that's perfectly fine. But since I overshare now, what's your routine? Like are you, what products are you using? What's happening?
I just want to say that I could never spend hours on my hair. I used to do that when I had to straighten it, but now it's just a shampoo, a deep condition, a detangle, and then rinse. And that's it. I currently use the Perfect Hair products.
I'm gonna Google it while we're recording.
It is honestly amazing. It has been the best thing that I've discovered for my hair.
I just spelled hair H-A-I-E-R.
I hope you can all hear Amber typing there. It is the perfect product for my hair. I've tried so many products, and this is honestly the first one that has worked for me. And it's not that expensive. It's more expensive than regular products like an Organics or a Tresemme or a Colgate, whatever
But it's
it
not
is.
like a, what is that, the brand that clicks that is it Hask?
I don't know. But there's there are really excessive prices out there of like 150 rand for a bottle, and I can't deal. The Perfect Hair is not that expensive. And can I just complain about how expensive it is to maintain natural hair?
Dude, it's so expensive.
Like, my budget isn't able to accommodate it most of the time. Like, if I had to refill now at this time of the month, it would never work. But that's fine. So, because I will buy for a month when it's payday. And
Yeah.
And the Perfect Hair, as I said, is not that expensive. So, it's cool. What do you use? And although you've already said how you do your hair care routine, but do you follow any natural hair influences?
I didn't say what products I use, but I know I'm gonna go against everything that curly girl people believe. And I spoke to Amy, whenever we said your name in this episode, have a shot of tequila. I spoke to Amy about this over the weekend, and I actually follow this one professional hairstylist we'll get into later. But everyone is so like anti-sulfates and anti-parabens or however you pronounce it. And for me personally, I love the L'Oreal Dream Lengths range. I just, even though there's sulfates in it, whatever, I just find my hair feels so healthy and so soft when I use it. So I don't understand why I need to change it when it's working so well. So I use L'Oreal with sulfates, the shampoo and the conditioner, and the treatment, the mask I use is Moroccan oil.
It's a good
And
one.
the deep conditioner I use is the Dr. Palmer's coconut oil one, which is a very good one. And you can buy the tub, which is a bit pricey, but you also get like little sachets with like just one, how do you say this in English?
One use.
Yeah, that just has one use. But for me, because I've got 3 hairs that last me like 3 different times. So, and
Did
it's
you
like,
say 3 years? But 3 years.
I literally have 3 years, guys. If you know me, you know my hair is super thin. So that's what I use. And in terms of natural hair influencers, I think influencer-wise, I just follow my friend Bronwyn. Hi, Bronwyn. She has a page called Queen of Jersey, and it's not the biggest focus on her page, but she talks about it naturally a lot. So I follow her. And then I follow Charnelle Lakey. I went to school with her. She's Lady L on Instagram, and she's got a really, really nice hair, and she throws some good tips every now and then. But the professional lady I spoke about, her name is Jennifer Rose, and she's based in New York. So all the products she recommends kind of don't apply here, but the way she talks about taking care of your natural hair is so amazing, because I know a lot of the videos I watched on YouTube were not by professional hairstylists. They were just people like you and I trying to figure out how to look after their hair. And I saw some videos where people would say wash your hair only twice a month or once a month.
No, my eczema itching.
That was a bit weird to me. But then this stylist, Jennifer, she would say you have to wash your hair at least once a week. Sulfates are not the end of the world. And if you wash your hair just once a week, for example, it's not going to damage or dry out your hair. And she says you have to take good care of your hair and keep it moisturized. It doesn't matter if you've got 2C or 3A or 4C hair, you've got to moisturize.
I don't even know what that means.
Apparently, I've got 3C hair. When I went to have my big chop done, that's what the hairstylist told me.
Sure. Okay,
So,
sure.
that's the thing. So I've got 3C hair. But I just follow the way, like the techniques that she provides, which is just wash your hair once a week, use a hydrating shampoo and conditioner, and only one styling product. She says that's all your hair needs. So for now, I'm going with her because whatever she has told me to do, and I've done, it just works. And it's simple, and it doesn't take 3 hours.
It's always good when it doesn't take 3 hours. So I follow, I like Miss Paula Bee.
I also follow
She has amazing hair. Also, her account is just beautiful, like in general, her account, and she just seems like...
You know, people have it together when their account is neutral. It's like, beige.
Like,
it's so calming.
And also, like, I feel like if we met her in real life, we'd just love her.
So nice.
And she gives like really great hair care tips amongst all the other things that she also posts on her Instagram. So head over to her channel. But also I follow an account called Essay Curly Girl. Essay_curl_girl.
Oh, I'm looking at your screen and it says
Nikita Maharaj. So she also posts like natural hair care tips, and she's got
highlight reels.
She's got highlight reels that will give you tips on the shampoo, the gels, the leave-in conditioners that you need to use. So definitely follow her as well. And guys, just embrace your curly hair. Like, I use sulfate-free products just because that works better for my hair. But experiment with different products and find what works for you. And don't let people tell you that your hair is not amazing. If you feel that your hair is looking great today, then you go live your life with that great hair.
You do. And also I feel like there's this, in this curly girl movement, I don't know if it's by design, if it's just a coincidence, but a lot of the curls you see is not what a lot of people's hair looks like. Not everyone has these perfectly coiled curls. Like if you have like 4C hair, like that is still your natural hair. Embrace your hair. Like whatever you need to do to feel comfortable with your natural hair, just do it. And like I'm just starting out now. Like I'm 3 months in with like my proper like natural hair. I still feel a bit uncomfortable, but I'm owning it, and following these kind of people who have similar hair to mine makes me feel so much better about it.
So definitely we will put these links on our social media accounts.
Yes.
And we'll link to all of the influencers that we follow and the ones we mentioned in this episode. And in case you unlock the glass again. And in case you don't know where to find that, I will tell you right now. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Brown Girls Guide Pod, and on Twitter at BGGPod. And if you'd like to just, email us saying, great work, guys. Love your hair.
Maybe do that.
Thank you for inspiring us, or just like make us feel loved. You can email us on info@browngirlsguide.co.za.
And also, again, one more thing, guys. Don't forget, our website launched last week. And it's live. It's really pretty. We haven't worked on websites in years. So we are making it prettier as we go. But there's a ton of information on there already for you guys. And we are also expanding our content in the near future.
We are.
And it's going to be very exciting. And it's going to give you guys
a broader sort of worldly view on things.
Yeah, worldly view on things. It's not just going to be the podcast. We're going to be giving you a guide to other things as well that will live on the website. So please have a look at our website. Let us know what you think. If there's anything you think we should add or not take away, don't tell us that. Don't give us any criticism. Just say you love it. And anything else you'd like to see, let us know, and we will chat again next week in our last episode for season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll chat then.
Bye.
Bye.